Are you ready to start making money? Are you sick and tired of living paycheck? They're sick of running this rat race and not getting anywhere with their finances. My name is Matt. I am with Highline Financial Coaching, and this is Beyond the Paycheck. Today we're going to talk about the 5 mistakes that keep people broke for a very long time. And I know that a lot of these things I've done, and they kept me broke or kept me at a lower level for a very long time. So we're going to go through these 5 things that keep most people broke and go from there. So number 1, most people live beyond their means. But what does that mean? Living beyond your means means that you're spending more money every single month than you bring in. So a good way to see if that is happening is add up all the money that you generate during the month and then add up all of your expenses. If your expenses are more than the amount coming in, you're living well beyond your means. Recommendation is to at least be about 20% less than what you make during the month. That gives you a little bit of money to put away to help pay down debt, to get in a better position. So mistake number 2 is ignoring a budget. So after you've figured out how much money you make and how much money you spend, put together a simple budget. So what that means is take all of your monthly expenses. So if it's got a due date, put it on a calendar. Write it down. Make sure you know how much is going out on your monthly expenses. Now, these are a little harder to control unless you want to eliminate them. Then take all of your variable expenses. Those are going to be your gas, groceries, eating out, entertainment, miscellaneous expenses. Add those all together. Add those all together for the month, and then divide that by 4. Divide that by 4.2 roughly, and that'll give you the amount of money that you can spend every month in a weekly budget, and then do everything you can to follow that budget. Now, you're going to notice that there's things you left out. So utilize a budget and follow it as good as you can. Now, mistake number 3 is relying on debt. What does that mean? Relying on debt is spending all of your credit card, spending all of your lines of credit. It's relying on debt can get you into a difficult position because interest rates are always hitting you. They don't sleep. They charge every single day, every single night, and interest rates are going to make it so that it's hard to cover those day-to-day expenses. Now, a credit card can have 35% interest, and that makes it really hard to pay things off. Recently, I've seen a lot of people that are trying to get some credit, and they're having to pay in the hundreds of percent. So if you go to one of those same-day cash places, you go to a title loan, you're going to be paying 150%. You're going to be paying 500% sometimes. These are things you do not want to do. If you start relying on those 500% interest, they're going to drag you down so quickly. And it makes it very difficult to pay things back. We've coached so many people on how to get out of some of these things so that they aren't being swallowed up by these predators. These are horrible, horrible companies when you go and you're paying hundreds of percent in interest. They should not be allowed to give money for that, and stay away from them at all costs. Now, mistake number 4 is most people don't have an emergency fund. So an emergency fund is extra money that can help you over the next couple months if an emergency happens. So if you get injured at work, or if you get injured at all, or something happens, you want to make sure that you've got access to 3 to 6 months of your income. Now, that doesn't mean it has to be a savings account. That may be you've got access to that money in a line of credit or a home equity line of credit. There's ways to have the rainy day fund that's outside of cash, or make sure that some of your investments are a money market account that you can withdraw from. Make sure that that's accessible for the next 3 to 6 months, just in case something happens. And finally, the mistake number 5 is not investing early. A lot of people think that investing is only for the wealthy. So when you do invest, you want to get that as early as possible. Now, if you're if you're in your 50s and 60s and you haven't invested, that doesn't mean you're not going to be able to invest. So I have worked with hundreds of people that are getting up into those older ages where you may not think you can invest. There's ways that you can retire in the timeline that you want, even if you didn't start investing in your 20s. So we've coached many people into their investments. Now, typically when we work with people, you're able to increase those investments by 400 to 500%. So if you feel like you're not investing enough, that may be a good time to chat with a coach, chat with someone that's going to help you dig out of some of your debt so that you can turn that into investments so that you can retire much quicker. So there's a couple things that keep people broke, and here's 5 of them. And actually all of these we coach people through with the programs that we have available. So if this is something that you're interested in, please contact us. We'll get you started in one of our many programs, whether it's building credit, buying that first house, or getting to that next big investment. If it's your 10th or 20th house that you're trying to get to and get some of those paid off and get to a better point in your financial career. So this is Matt with Highline Financial Coaching. I hope you have a great day.